Columbia University, one of the world's leading academic institutions, finds itself at a crossroads. Facing an unprecedented threat from the Trump administration, the university has acquiesced to a series of demands in exchange for the release of crucial federal funding. The administration, wielding its financial might, has effectively strong-armed Columbia into altering its policies. This move has sent shockwaves through academia, raising serious concerns about academic freedom and institutional autonomy. At the heart of the dispute lie accusations of anti-Semitism on Columbia's campus, particularly in relation to protests surrounding the 2023 Israel-Gaza war. The Trump administration, seizing upon these allegations, threatened to withhold a staggering $400 million in federal funds unless the university met its demands. This financial pressure proved too much for Columbia to bear, forcing it into a corner where concession seemed like the only viable option. The university's decision to comply, while understandable from a financial standpoint, has drawn sharp criticism from faculty, students, and outside observers. They argue that it sets a dangerous precedent, allowing the government to dictate university policy based on political motivations. This case raises fundamental questions about the role of government in higher education and the future of academic freedom in an increasingly polarized political climate. The implications of Columbia's capitulation extend far beyond the walls of its campus. It serves as a stark warning to other universities across the nation, many of which rely heavily on federal funding. The Trump administration's willingness to utilize such tactics to exert control over academic institutions raises serious concerns about the future of free thought and expression in American society. The Trump administration's demands went beyond simply addressing the allegations of anti-Semitism. They amounted to a wholesale reshaping of Columbia's policies and procedures, fundamentally altering the university's approach to campus security, academic oversight, and disciplinary action. To address the perceived security threats, Columbia has been forced to significantly increase its security presence. The university has hired 36 new special officers, equipped with the authority to make arrests. Additionally, strict regulations have been imposed on campus, including a ban on wearing face masks except for medical or religious reasons. These measures, while ostensibly aimed at maintaining order, have raised concerns about the potential for increased surveillance and the suppression of dissent. Academic oversight has also come under scrutiny, with the administration demanding greater control over departments and programs related to Middle Eastern studies. Columbia has appointed a new senior administrator to oversee a wide range of departments and institutes, including the Center for Palestine Studies and the Institute for Israel and Jewish Studies. This move has been likened to academic receivership, effectively placing these departments under government watch. Furthermore, Columbia has been compelled to adopt a formal definition of anti-Semitism, a move that has sparked debate about academic freedom and the potential for censorship. Critics argue that this definition could be used to stifle legitimate criticism of Israeli policies, blurring the line between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. The current crisis at Columbia is the culmination of long-simmering tensions that boiled over following the Hamas-led attack on Israel in October 2023. The attack ignited competing pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian protests on Columbia's campus, further exacerbating existing divisions within the university community. In the months that followed, the situation at Columbia continued to deteriorate. Protests intensified, drawing police intervention and raising concerns about campus safety. The university's president resigned amid the turmoil, leaving a void in leadership during a critical period. Adding fuel to the fire, a graduate student, Mahmoud Khalil, was detained by federal immigration officials, sparking accusations of government overreach and intimidation. These events created a highly charged atmosphere at Columbia, one in which accusations of anti-Semitism and attempts to stifle pro-Palestinian voices became increasingly common. The Trump administration, capitalizing on this volatile situation, seized upon the opportunity to exert its influence and impose its agenda on the university. Columbia's decision to concede to the administration's demands marks a significant turning point in this ongoing saga. It remains to be seen how these concessions will impact the university community and whether they will succeed in quelling the tensions that have plagued the campus for over a year. Columbia University's capitulation to the Trump administration's demands has sent shockwaves through academia, raising profound concerns about the future of academic freedom and institutional autonomy. The case serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of universities to political pressure, particularly in an era of shrinking budgets and increasing government overreach. The potential fallout from Columbia's decision is far-reaching. Faculty members worry that the newly imposed restrictions on academic freedom will stifle research and chill classroom discussions. Students already grappling with the emotional toll of the ongoing conflict now face increased surveillance and limitations on their right to protest. Beyond Columbia, the case has set a dangerous precedent for other universities across the nation. The Trump administration's willingness to weaponize federal funding to enforce its ideological agenda has sent a clear message: comply or face the consequences. This threat has cast a long shadow over higher education, creating an environment of fear and uncertainty. The ramifications of this case extend far beyond the realm of academia. It strikes at the heart of fundamental democratic principles, including freedom of speech, thought, and assembly. If the government can dictate policies and curricula at our nation's universities, then no institution is safe from its encroaching influence. The fight for academic freedom is ultimately a fight for the soul of American democracy.